Awesome.
Hello.
What's
Hey,
up,
what's going
everyone?
on? Oh, a bunch of note takers jumping on.
Make me a co-host. I'll take care of him. We got Jared, we got Corey, and
Hello.
Charlie
Yep.
in the house.
Mo could take care of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pat did an amazing job on support today.
I
Yeah,
always do an
cool.
amazing job on support. I mean,
Yeah.
not to toot my own horn or anything, but
Yeah. It was outstanding.
All right. Let's see here. Gotta get rid
Good
of
to have you on
all
board, Corey.
this. Yeah.
Thank you. Happy to
Recent
be-
member to Review Genius. So
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Let's see here. Just almost impossible. It's like whack-a-mole with these note takers, man. Nobody wants to show up and actually, be on a call. They just like, and nobody watch. You know what? Nobody watches the old stuff. They don't watch all the
yeah.
notes. It's just being collected somewhere.
The only time I do, Pat, is like when it's something that's on at like 2 or 3 in the morning for me being an Aussie.
Yeah.
So if it's like someone like Michael Pacito's calls as an example, then my note taker goes in there and I go back and watch that because I think one of his calls is 11 p.m. our time,
Oh,
and then the other
Uh,
one's like 3 in the morning, and I'm just like, no.
You know how you fix that? Just gotta
How?
move to the, just move to the States.
Don't do it.
I
Don't
mean,
do it.
it's simple.
well, wait till you guys come here, and then you'll not go back.
That's
I
right.
don't know. I've seen
Mate,
I've seen those kangaroos fight, man. So
Correct. We've got kangaroos. You're in good hands.
uh-huh.
The hands of kangaroos.
Yeah. Dangerous.
It's the black mambas we don't want to deal with, Jared.
Yeah. All those like the spiders that are this big and weird shit like that that's down there. Everything in Australia is trying to kill you. Everything.
But we didn't tell you to go up and live in the jungle, mate. You can
Yeah.
live in the city, and there's no spiders here.
Yeah. Still though.
All right, let's see. We got Stacy in the house as well. Let's start with some wins. One at a time, please. If you have any wins, please let's share it with the team. Well, I'll
Wow, that's all
start
the
with a
wins.
win. I'm getting better out of crazy ass flu I had for last 3 days. So today I still have a little bit of my voice, so I'm just gonna preserve it as much as I can. So I'll talk less. But yeah, that's my win. I'm getting better.
Nice. Well, my win is like the cold email is going. We're getting like 1 or 2 bounces. That's about it. Like only one email came across as being listed as like potential spam, and out of like all the ones we're sending. So things are progressing. The testing is going well. It's not a lot of super heavy fast testing because we're like doing a slow boil on it, but it is looking good. So, and then Jay and I
Awesome.
are working on a thing. Jay, I sent you another email, responded. I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, I saw it. I think so.
Yeah.
I think we can do what we want to.
You just got to go through. You got to go through. Like, there's a whole bunch of junk you got to do to fill out, like Google Forms and all kinds of junk like that. So,
To get an API through there to get connected?
to get it, you got it. Like they guard those Google Business Profile APIs very, very carefully. So you've got to be very good at like you got to get all the access. I think they'll give access. So yeah, you just got to get the project approved and get access and everything like that. So
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
But it just involves setting up like a Google project, and then you got to go fill out a form, and you got to have like a Google agency, like the GVP agency account and stuff. So it's kind of a pain, but
Is that going to have to be done every time, hypothetically, when you bring on a new customer using the
no,
whole thing? It's just a
Once
one-time thing.
once you've got your agency set up, then they grant you access to manage it, and you should be able to manage it from there. So
Oh, I see. I see what you're talking about. Okay.
you just got to set up once. Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
So, anyway.
let me know when you're ready to get to work together, and we'll
Yep.
work on it together on
Oh
Zoom.
yeah, we're gonna be getting it going. Jay and I we're brainstorming on a way to like really boost Google business profiles. So with N8N, of course. So more news to come later on. So
All right. Anyone else got any wins? No? Slow
No
week
one?
for everyone?
Yeah, nothing.
No, I'm
No
getting
one.
relieved. I'm getting relieved that my a couple of my clients are officially like onboarded and just kind of like using the system, which is great. And I just threw everything in it. Because I figured the more and more I throw at them, the more and more a mesh that they get in with it, and the stickier it is, and they'll stay. And so tomorrow they had requested also to have a meeting, um, which is fine. And gonna work on getting them to have the voice AI, because they do like that whole like, we're doing the cold outreach for them. And so to have that phone being answered if they're on another line or whatever, I think is going to be a good benefit for them. And then try to get them out of Calendly, because there's just so much more that we can do for them if they just let us do their calendaring, then yeah. I mean, I know that there's some integrations. I don't know if anybody's been successful at sort of really um, kind of like being able to use Calendly with HighLevel where you aren't giving up all the features, or I'm just not seeing it. Yeah.
Calendly is just a hot dumpster fire. It's just a mess.
Yeah, I
So
mean, they can't get notifications. The best that I can do is if they click on a link, then they can get a notification, and that's about as much tracking as I can give to them, but otherwise I'm pretty excited about it. They've got big teams, so if I can get them using it, then they can maybe spread it amongst themselves as well. So that'd be good.
nice.
Mhm.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I had to. My barber, like he's got some old school people working for him, so they will not get off acuity. And like his dad still works with him, and his dad literally carves the appointments on a piece of bark with a sharp stick. That's how anti-tech he is. And so we can't get them to use the Google calendars because I hooked them up once, and then everybody's like, well, I'm going to use my Google Calendar directly. And the other guy was like, well, I'm going to use Acuity to block off times, but I'll use the new app to book appointments. And then his dad was like, I'm not using shit. And so like people were double booking and coming in like, what's going on? This is a huge mess. I'm like, that's because you aren't following any of the instructions and everyone's using something completely different. So we're just going to go right back to Acuity and screw you all. So
Dude, it's been a little frustrating. I get it, because I've been putting together like little Loom videos of like every day like new things coming out or whatever, and these guys don't even ever they never look at it. And I think to myself like, how many times, Pat, I have watched your videos? Like literally like the same damn video like so many times, because I'm
I'm
like
pretty
trying to find a
entertaining, I
bug.
got to say.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I'm not trying to I mean, they're already busy people. So to inject myself into their day,
Mm.
I'm trying to be kind to their time, but yet they're freaking like clicking on the links. And I'm like, but I guess it's good because it eventually can be like some sort of training, like for the next round of people that actually want to jump into it right away.
Hmm.
So whatever.
Stacy, do they have somebody in the office that's kind of like their CTO or somebody that's kind of a
No,
manager of the
they're
entire
more like
enterprise?
no, unfortunately, they're just more like independent agents,
Oh,
that
gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're dealing with
so
you're dealing with insurance agents, aren't you?
yeah.
They're a special kind of stupid.
Hmm.
I
I'm not gonna sugarcoat
I
it. We're dealing
like
with we're dealing with
literally I have like all of the links like right there,
yeah, oh
like,
yeah.
oh, I
No,
didn't
no.
get the links. And I'm like, did you read the whole email? Like I make them short and bullet pointed and like,
Well,
like
we have a survey that goes out to all the agents once a week and says, all right, this is like you have to have your schedule updated to tell us when you're going to be available next week to take calls because they route all these like they're spending tens of thousands of dollars on Medicare ads every day and are
yeah.
routing calls to anybody who's logged in and open. So they got to know how to send the traffic. And these people like I didn't get the emails like I can show you in HighLevel where you got it and you opened it and I can see where you clicked the trigger link. Don't lie to me. And like, well, I filled it out. Like, you know, we have a deadline. Like, you have to fill it out by Friday afternoon. And they're like, they'll fill it out. Like, well, I filled it out. I'm like, you filled it out this morning, Monday at 9:30 in the morning. Don't lie.
Dude,
I
I had
have
the guy
all
tell
the
me
stats.
tell me
What's
that
that?
he was all excited in the morning about how he was A2P, finally got A2P qualified, right? At the end of the day, I get a text at like 8:30 at night. Oh, I didn't realize I was A2P qualified.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah,
I'm
they
like,
just.
I mean, we used to say this in college. It was like puff, puff, pass. I mean, he's like skipping the pass like portion. He just puff, 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 puff.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Like, what in the hell is going on here, dude?
Stacy, are these all people in one office that you put them all on one sub account, or did they all have each their
No,
own?
they're separate.
They're all separate sub accounts?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
They have to be separate because they just really are separate books of business. They're independent agents. Like you may have like a husband and wife, and then, like
Yeah.
a father daughter,
Mhm. Yeah.
And so that's the deal. And the FMO IMOs that typically that they're working with, they have tools that are available to them, but they're on lockdown. So if, like, let's say that I want to go up and I want to buy leads from a different vendor that they don't necessarily support, I don't have any place to put those leads. Or if I go to a networking event, and I want to put in my leads there, I can't put them in there other than just like onesie twosie. Like there's no bulk import or any of that kind of feature. So, it's incorporating some newer aspects, not just the CRM, but also to help them grow their business, but then also just be a true CRM repository for all those additional leads that still need to be sort of managed. So I've had my insurance license for 15 years. So it's incorporating that and the nerd crap.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
but it's really slick. I'll tell you that much. I mean, I wish I had this when I was in production. I may
Yeah.
jump into production just for the shits and giggles of it because it's like easy by comparison.
Wow. What kind of insurance?
Um, PNC in life.
Okay. Huh.
So this one that I built out is all lines of insurance,
Very nice.
including Medicare.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So I had been working on it for like a couple of years, and then finally like something like landed in, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, great. And then, I used to be a recruiter for Robert Half and ran a recruiting agency for many decades. So helping them get some of those tools also. So they like that.
yeah, Anna's asking a
Angle.
question in the chat. Do you recommend going after insurance agents? I know Dan has had success going after insurance agents or insurance brokers with AI, voice AI. Your same experience, Stacy?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, yeah, Robert Half is absolutely master sales. I mean, it is a matrix organization. It is absolutely phenomenal. If you want to learn how to sell, hands down. I was a division director for the technology department there. So
By
anyway,
Matrix, do you mean like Keanu Reeves?
yes,
Matrix?
yes.
Or is this
No,
some
it's
sales
like
speak
it's like
shit?
200 resumes equals about 40 that are reasonable.
Ah, gotcha.
Goes down to 20, which equals like 4 send outs, which equals 1 hire. Like there's a number that you're hitting, and it's surprising like how statistically like those just are constant. They're constant. It doesn't matter like what job, what industry, it doesn't matter what they're selling. And even from a sales standpoint, stepping onto a sales floor, for some reason 8 is the magic number. Selling 8 of something, if it's as long as it's not like a super high ticket item, but like a middle of the road lower ticket item, you're talking about a quantity of 8. Don't know why, don't know how, but that's the number. And so, when I'm looking at these kind of things and building them up, but yes, and insurance agents, they need help. Okay. I don't care how much AI you throw at them, that helps us help them, but they need help. Okay. They are not
See, I've only done Medicare, and I would have to say that there are few good agents and a bunch of crackheads. Like, I don't even know how
it's
they make sales. They're
right.
they're almost an anti-salesperson. And I'm talking
It's
about
so
Medicare.
bad. It's
Yeah,
so bad. It's Medicare's my least favorite only because I feel that, it's like you're spending more time taking the exams every single year, plus then
right.
the carrier exams, that they really aren't salespeople. They more are advisors. It is a different sort of insurance, definitely. I kind of like stay away from that only because I did it for a bit and I was like, I love working with old people. My grandmother ran a retirement facility, so I have played more pinochle and bridge than you can imagine. Okay, so
Bunko.
but uh,
Bunko.
but Medicare, I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like this is just too many tests, and I test well, so I don't know.
What are y'all's thoughts on, voice AI being like the foot in the door thing for, local insurance brokers who do, home, car,
Well,
wind?
that's what I'm thinking, because it's now's the time, and this is to your point, but separate, is where insurance agents are studying for their little exams. Like, they might take 5 or 10 exams or whatever they're selling. This is Medicare. And but they start spending massive money for leads.
Massive.
I
Yep.
want to say by the end of August, but probably almost now, all the way through what, October, November-ish. Is just,
Almost actually some of them run all the way up to December.
yeah, but I mean, it depends. That's going to be more your Medicare Advantage.
Yep.
And different years have different things and different brokers and blah, 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 different states.
Yeah.
But it's like there's this 3, 4 month period where every one of those leads is really valuable to them, because they might not be able to close it if they don't close it in some window. It's not like a lead in February. They probably have all year to close it. So they're not in a
I,
rush.
yeah, I think the position that you would have to take would be just, your cost to your investment for the lead and how much it's going to cost you if you are on another line with a client. Okay, because that's going to happen. The other
Yeah.
line's going to ring, and as long as that person is being communicated that, somebody's going to get right back to them, it's the advanced, missed call text back.
Yeah.
And that's
We run them through a quick chat qualifier, like, are you 60 or 65 plus? Do
yeah.
you live in the US? Do you have A and B? And then it's like, congrats, you're probably qualified. And then we take all more information, and we'll have somebody call them back. But yeah, like during AEP, the Medicare company I work with, they spend about 60K a day. So
Well, my question, Stacy, and it was more about where I want to go with it was, obviously the AI, voice AI is a good foot in the door, like you said, Stacy. They're on their line or they're out playing golf, whatever. But what's their CRM situation like? Are they, how amenable, how hot target are they to bump up to go to the full CRM, not just the voice AI, but they
Well,
need the full CRM, the go high level CRM.
yeah. The thing is that all of the stuff that I've built for them, it has to reside somewhere. And so, I just tell them right off the bat that it is high level. The reality is that a lot of the insurance lead providers are using high level as their repository.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's why it's just like, just come in and say, hey, you know what? You have lead providers that are already providing leads with, yeah, I already got a little bit of, but you got a scaled back version of high level. What I'm going to offer you is I'm going to offer you everything
Right.
so
Yeah.
that this can be your one place, your repository. So if you leave this FMO or this IMO, you've still got your
There you
business.
go. They get their
Okay.
list. They had their list. The money's in the
That's right.
list. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
if you want to just go ahead and use the tools that FMO or IMO uses for quoting, but then run your business out of
Yeah.
your CRM. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I love that. I love that angle. Yeah.
That's the position. And the thing is that they're getting paid directly by the carrier. So, the only thing that they're going to do, they're still going to have to go ahead and put maybe that, if the FMO offers like bonuses and all this kind of stuff, they'll put it into their CRM, but usually that's a separate deal anyway. So you
So
can't
they just need to manage their leads, their incoming leads.
manage their leads, manage their business, have it be theirs, get them into it, and you can service and just give them everything.
Right.
Because these guys don't give them everything. They give them just enough, so that they don't really have to support it because they're really just dumping the leads in it.
Right.
Okay. They aren't giving them social. They aren't giving them.
Yeah, but that's understandable when you think about what morons they
that's
are.
not their business model. Yeah, they're making money. They're making money left hand over fist on the leads. But
Right.
it does give
But I think your
us,
point is that the insurance agent, whatever they do, is going to own their own book of business. It's not
right.
something someone can take away. Is
That's
really
right.
what you're saying, right?
Correct.
That's a
Correct.
great insight.
Yeah, I use that with my business coaches, with some of my kind of influencers. They're doing YouTube stuff. I kind of tell them, just because you have a YouTube channel doesn't mean you have a list. You have people that like and subscribe, but you can't reach out and give them a message anytime you want. That's not the same thing, you know. So, okay, that's encouraging. It's encouraging.
And there's
Yep.
so many different things that, you can get back in touch with them too, as they kind of
Stacey.
get more acclimated.
Stacey, this is Steve. I got a question with captured agents like State Farm. Do you think they would use this system since State Farm is going to kind of give them everything they possibly can need? Because there's a lot of State Farm agents out there.
Captured agents may be a different sort of. That's a whole other thing. I can't say
Everything
without looking
is
at their
compliance.
contract. Yeah, and they're going to be under lock and key. Okay, they are required to.
Well, they
use
don't.
all of
Number
those
one,
tools.
they don't own their own book of business. That's
That's
the honest
correct.
truth. So this would automatically be a conflict of interest. I don't know why
Correct.
anyone would allow it, but I mean, obviously, agents can do whatever they want as long as they make money, right? But if you sell to a broker, it sounds like that's kind of what you did, Stacy, and then to all the agents, part of that brokerage, you don't have any of these compliance problems because they go through multiple. They do State Farm and they do whatever the Allstate, whatever agencies there are, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah,
basically,
I ran into this with a captured Allstate agent. They really wanted to do the stuff, and they were considered a brokerage, but there was just too many problems. It wasn't worth it.
No, you want more
the independents,
independent
right?
agents.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you could still do like the AI stuff. You could still do review stuff, but they really are not like in HighLevel doing stuff, and it's just
No.
not the way that their business
I
operates.
believe that they would even have limitations in terms of the how much they can actually put out on social and the social tools.
Yeah.
All of that. I mean, like literally, because their marketing department will take care of that for them. Like that's the benefit to being a captured agent, because they really don't do anything other than just like stay in their lane. There's no other aspect of the business that they run. Okay. And they get benefits and all that kind of stuff. That's a completely different animal than an entrepreneurial independent agent / broker.
All right. That was a good
Yeah.
masterclass on insurance niche. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone.
Loved it.
Let's move on to some other niche, shall we? Let's hear from someone else. Anyone's got any questions?
OnlyFans niche. Anybody working the OnlyFans niche?
Oh, dude, that's big.
I got a dad bod channel. It's working really great right now. I'm kidding.
I haven't posted in a couple days.
They're the only ones making money.
Dude, if you look at some of the stats about like how many people under a certain age are on OnlyFans, it's mind blowing.
I
Like,
haven't.
Crazy.
No, I haven't really been perusing OnlyFans all that much.
Somebody posted it one day, like how many women under the age of 25 are under, and like the number was like, I thought it would be like less than a percentage. I was like, what?
Yeah, no.
It's
pretty much all of them.
it's high. I was like, well,
pretty much all.
go get that money.
Now's your chance, Dan. Jump on. Get on it.
Any
So-
girls with feet.
Oh God.
Or
Can we
farts.
go back to insurance?
I was listening on YouTube in the car. As far as like insurance goes, guys, for like agents, if you're just doing like general insurance brokers local, like if they're over 50, I'm going to tell you no, because their agency's probably pretty established and they're doing the residual thing. But if you see any younger people in it, another thing I noticed too, and I don't know if this is like true across the board, but if you go into your local Facebook groups and ask like, hey, I'm looking for an insurance broker, like just see who responds. If they're active in the group, they're a good target. If they're not in the group and like you go to their Facebook page and it's dead and their profile is the logo and not a person, like they're probably sitting on residuals.
So they're not hungry. That's a filter
Yeah.
for who's hungry. Yeah.
Most of those guys.
And then the other thing too, just the whole AI thing, like Pat will know more about this, but if you haven't seen like what they're gonna kind of do as far as with the MCP server and putting the app or the Ask AI in the mobile app, and you be able to talk to it and be like, hey, look up contact Pat, send him an email. Like that's a sellable feature. And if you build that system to any insurance agent,
Yep.
I mean, big time.
Something I wanted to chime in. I don't know if you guys know, anyone knows Steve Rosenbaum, and you and I were chatting about a couple months ago, and especially with these older guys that have very well-established books of business, they're just living off the residuals, but if they don't have someone who's like their son or daughter is going to take over the agency because it's usually very generational, is, well, if you plan on selling your business, you want to get your business prepared for that sale. And that's where having your tech stack, not coming out of the 1980s, but having a tech stack that's 2020, 25 and ready to sell. So I think that's a position with the older agencies. Like if you're planning on selling your agency at some point, you may want to upgrade your tech stack.
I love that, Steve. I love
yeah.
that, Steve. I can vouch for that with even plumbers that I've had. I've used that as an angle for plumbers, because a lot of plumbers are eyeing a buyout when they're done.
Yep.
And you can say, hey, just when you sell it, you give somebody password of the domain, keys to the car, to the vehicles, and a key to your CRM, or the password to your CRM,
Yeah, so it's a way to position it with those folks like 50 in technology. Yeah, I want no part of that type of stuff, right? I did an interview today of probably my number one power user of the system. Now here's a guy who has an MBA, doing everything, building his own. I consulted with him, let him get hands on with it. But probably like for me, how good, if someone really wants to use the system, it is in their business. He swears by it. And he's positioning, once he gets this business all set up, because it's a family business, I said, hey, you should be doing consulting. Come in as a fractional CEO to this niche and help them take it to 7 figures. And again, a big part of that would be having a tech stack on the backside of that. So yeah, that's just my input for the day.
Cool.
Hello.
Yep. No. Rare. Thank you very much,
No,
caller.
I totally agree. I've kept record literally of every single deal I've ever closed in my entire career. And I'm throwing it all in GHL underneath all different sub accounts of like whatever business it was. Seriously, because that's how nerdy I am.
Wait a second. Every
What
sale
time
for
of
your
the day
entire
that
life?
deal was done? Like what day? Like what?
But
like
OCD there, Stacy?
just a smidge. Because I was like, if there's one thing that I know that is consistent in this entire thing, it's me. So I
when
was
is your
watching
normal
trends the
sales
entire
time?
time.
2
So
p.m.?
I'm sorry.
When is your normal sales time? 2 p.m.?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, you
No.
got these stats. What are they? Give me
Yeah,
the
well,
gossip.
it was interesting too. Mondays were really solid. Thursdays, Fridays were a little bit slower. And then like 8 to 10 and then 2 to 4.
Hmm.
I can send you a whole sheet on it, Anna, if you'd
Yeah,
like.
please.
Yeah.
Because
like,
I have
believe it
to
or not,
agree with that. When somebody has a Monday meeting, they're expecting to buy something. Like, even if they won't admit it, if you were like, I don't know, Lucifer on their shoulder, like, you're going to buy, you know what I mean? Like, that's in their mind, they ask a lot of buying questions. Whereas Thursday, Friday is a bit of it can be a toss up because they're trying to fit it into their week, but it's not really their priority. Unless you talk to them on Wednesday, right? And then they make a Thursday appointment. But if they've pushed you to Thursday, Friday, yeah, I like that. And what about like cold calling and whatevering? Is there
it's
times that you
all,
do
yeah.
that?
I mean, I do call blocking now as a result of watching those trends. So I know when to work and when to call. But, right now I've been in development mode. So it's just like, you just have two different sides of your brain, and how fast do you want to go back and forth on that,
So what
so.
time would you call or expect to have conversations with insurance agents? Is the selling time that you've set is good? Because like if
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
lawyers, it's like
there's
from
different
1
call
p.m. to
blocks.
3 p.m.
Yeah, 10:30 to about noon, and then 1:30 to 2:30, 4:30 to 5:30, and then 6 to 8.
Okay.
Those
That
are
makes sense.
those are times that and their dial times usually are for clients anywhere between 4 to 7 Monday through Friday, and Saturday 9 to 2, just so you know.
Mm,
They
Saturday.
do Saturdays. Some of them do Sundays.
But I could always have my little AI call them and see if they didn't answer
That's
and
right.
trap them. Trap them good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
if you're gonna do that whole after hours thing that Charles was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you'd want to call them because they will make calls all the way up till 7 or 8, depending upon, and you got to keep in mind you've got time zones.
Mhm.
You can legally cold call up until 8 o'clock.
This is your AI assistant for you.
Well, in Texas, you can call it anytime.
Always on.
Really? Wow.
Because you're calling a business. An insurance agent is a business. They're not like a realtor who's just, doing whatever. Like in between Starbucks runs. They use a business number. So absolutely, you can call a business anytime. There is no business do not call list. Doesn't exist.
Not to the business. I'm talking about to people. So they'll be making
But it'll
phone
be their
calls to
business.
individuals. Yeah. Up
Yeah,
until
no, I
about 8.
understand what you're
Yeah.
saying because they're calling consumers. But I can call me, meaning, my business can call their business any old time. But I like the idea that they're on the phone and they could talk to us instead of having to cold call people because they don't want to do it. So that's very insightful.
And they're going to be near their phone during that time because they're making outbound calls. So they're going to be thinking that it's a return callback.
Mm-hmm. More tricks. But yeah, because it's Medicare time, this would be a good time to just bust that wide open. And do you get your lists from like other people doing outscraper or D7 or what are you doing?
I literally, mine was through referral.
Hmm.
I mean, because I'm also a licensed agent, so I get a lot of stuff directly. So
Okay,
I've been
so
an
we should
agent
all
for
be
15 years.
licensed agents. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Oh God.
I mean, it does open doors to you.
Yeah.
Okay. It really does. I mean,
It's almost as good as being a notary.
That's correct. I mean, my whole thing was I got yeah, I got these because I wanted to make sure that, you know, while my brain was still young and I could pass a test, I could like have this like as a fallback, you know, residual income. So that's how I've had it as long as I have. But yeah, you should get it.
Interesting. Yeah. So Anna, now you got to go and study for the insurance exam.
Yeah, I think what I'll do first is make a ton of money and then think about that. But I can tell you, I know people who have had strokes who literally should not be operating an insurance agency, and they are. And but obviously they were doing it for years. The rules only change so much every year. I'm sure that first couple of years is like terrible to memorize all the compliance rules and everything.
There's a lot of rules, a ton. So yeah, the Medicare company I
Take
was
it from
working with
somebody who
wanted
did
me to.
insurance for 5 years. You're studying all the time. All the time. I worked for John Hancock for 5 years. It's almost 6 years. And if you're going deep into it, you're going to be not worth it. Don't do it.
All right. Is there anything high level related this evening?
Yes, Pat.
Yes.
Are you still
Besides
in the?
insurance?
Are you
Yes.
still in the loop of any stuff happening on the back end with voice AI?
A little bit. They're supposed to be giving us, as far as I don't know what else is going on with voice AI. We're kind of, let's see. Ever since Fur got dumped, like it's been.
I don't even think they know who the team is anymore.
What?
I think that's part of the problem. Is
Okay.
so there's one of the high level guys. His name is Karan or Karen, Karan. So Karen.
Okay.
Or whatever. He reached out and has been kind of chatting a little bit, but we really have no like this is what's coming, you know, that sort of thing. So I know Alok has talked to those guys a little bit more than I have, but um we're supposed to be getting some beta access to the conversational builder that I mean they're basically duplicating what CloseBot has as far as like objective builders and stuff like that. So that form-based chatbot's going to go away and it'll be more of a visual builder, kind of like the workflow builder, but drag and drop stuff where you can set up your objectives and things like that. And we're supposed to be getting some beta access at some point. Nobody's reached out, but it's been like pretty sort of radio silence. Like
Yeah, it really has, because I'm
really
wondering
annoying.
specifically about like some of the more finite controls on the voice AI that 11 Labs has, or not 11 Labs, that retail has, and also about the whole orb thing. It's like, somebody told me that's only available if you have outbound, or it has to have an outbound requirement for that orb to work.
Oh,
what's the orb thing, Dan?
Orb would be like a little thing on your website where you just click and customer
Talk
can
to
just
it.
start talking.
Yeah.
Like
Which
have a
is-
conversation with
I
your
mean-
website, and then basically be like a voice AI call. But if they're interested, then you would get their contact info.
Yeah, it
I
looks
mean,
like
for
this.
demo purposes, that would be cool. But I don't know.
This is what it looks like.
Yep. Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, but
All right, so you don't know too much as far as if any of that's been.
no, I mean
talked
I've
about.
reached out to him like, hey, what are the latest, like the news on updates and features and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I have too, and it's been
Eh.
just ghost town.
Yeah, just quiet. Nothing's going on. It's like they really need to get another Fur back on the system, and somebody that can actually be a liaison and like, here's what's happening, because man, those devs, they just put their head down and like it's like they need they need feedback because otherwise they'll go off and they'll build some.
I'll tell you what. Talking about that, the town hall today, the early one was supposed to be Search Atlas.
Yeah.
Okay, but they at the last minute they decided to dump that and do Funnel AI, because I don't think Search Atlas is like. I think they got scared.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Right. So during the Funnel AI, they were talking about they're getting rid of the current AI funnel builder, the one that sucks, and it's going to
Yep.
be like an Ask AI. If you've used Ask AI, remember Charles built it.
Yeah, Charles was working on it. Yeah.
They're pulling that in. Okay. And they're
Okay.
talking about all the things that are coming. And when they launch it, it's going to be on beta, only available to people on the unlimited plan, sub accounts, no agency access. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Sorry. And he kind of looked at me and he's like, huh, yeah, I could see that use case. I was like, could you really?
Yeah. Yeah, that is the problem. I think those devs they got to have somebody who does.
They're not going to let agencies test it.
Yeah, they need agencies that can beta test, or they need people helping direct the product stuff that are doing agency work. And I know Fur had done a lot of agency work, and he was doing what he could, play whack-a-mole and try to get stuff handled, because he got all the incoming flack and then passed it on to the devs. But yeah, they need somebody that's gonna test and grant access, beta access, and stuff like that to people. So
Is Fur gone? Is he moved out of the picture, or
high level canned him?
Canned him?
Yep.
He was a contractor.
Yep.
Oh,
they got rid of all their contractors.
They canceled all the contracts. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, like, just like in talking to a couple other people, I think they realized like Fur really became the point person on AI.
Absolutely, he was.
Okay, and he wasn't an employee they could control. So why they didn't just say, hey, like, we'll bring you on board permanently, I don't know. But I don't know.
Maybe they didn't make him a good offer.
I don't think they made him any offer.
Yeah, they just called him like later. He was gone.
They would have already done that. It
Yeah.
makes me wonder if they're getting primed to be bought or sold.
Has
Those are
anyone
the kind of
noticed?
decisions people do with the corporate yada yada.
I don't think they're going to be sold unless SVR buy out, but I doubt they will. They might, but I don't think so. Not at this point. I think,
Has anyone called their own AI number lately?
I call mine every
I
day
did.
just to make sure it's not on crack.
Yeah, because I called mine. Exactly. I called mine here doing some tests yesterday and today, and for some reason she's decided that she's European, I think.
Is your bot, did you upgrade her?
I did not think I did not touch her. Okay?
Well, then that's why it
And
changed.
now-
Don't touch her, Stacy. Don't touch her at all.
Listen, this happened to a
I
lot of
don't want
people
to be
today.
sent to HR.
This happened to a lot of people today. If you didn't upgrade manually, you got pushed into the upgrade and your old voice might not be available. So they
Because
just
gonna
put
now
one in
it
there.
says
for you.
instead of, oh, I'll transfer you, it says I'll message her. It's like, well, that doesn't really sound like it's being transferred.
Well, again, if
And
you
it's
didn't
very
upgrade
confusing.
it just swapped over and you have to go and play with your new voice and test it again.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when was that swap over, Dan? It was 2 to 3 weeks
Sounds
ago.
like it was today.
Yep.
From some of the
Yeah.
posts I've seen, it sounds like it was today.
Oh, really? Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
Okay.
People's
Check that out.
voices were disappearing and they're like, hey, I need this old one back, because there was a while where in the old one,
Well,
Bria was a good
there's
voice.
a while there, like when they moved over to retail, like you had like 3 US voices and 50 Aussie voices. Like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
that's can you guys
Yeah, that was crap.
expand that a little bit? Now I gotta check my bot. Son of a gun. I know I
Yeah, check
upgraded
it.
'cause-
Because you're gonna be messaged. You aren't gonna be transferred, you're gonna be messaged.
I'm not worried about it. So but yeah, it's always fun when they upgrade and they just don't tell you. So
Okay.
Charles, what's going on?
Well, my IVR's working just fine.
Nice.
You guys have fun with your whole voice AI stuff.
Oh, you know what? They'll screw your IVR up one day. You'll call it and be like, what the hell did y'all do?
Yep.
No, just got back from school open houses. So
Dan, what was
Your
that?
first-
What was that voice
first
that you
feedback,
liked for the female voice that you liked?
ERYN, Aaron.
Erin.
Yeah.
If she's even on there anymore.
She
Nope.
is. And that's another thing, man. They could alphabetize these or categorize them by accent.
Oh, okay, there you go. ERYN. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No kidding. Just can you alphabetize this list? What the hell?
Or
Come
let
on.
it be a like category, like first for female.
Okay, but we all
alphabetized
know who've
male,
been in
cat-
this.
alphabetized.
High level's always been against categorization of any kind. It's
Yep.
like they put automotive and then insurance and then, pygmy wrestling. I mean, it is like ridiculous. I just went to not funnels, but to look at the template library because they've added some stuff, right?
Wait,
It's
they got a
just all
pygmy
over
wrestling
the place. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly.
template.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hot niche.
that opens up a whole niche. There we go.
Hot niche.
There you go. OnlyFans niche. Hey.
Money's in the list, OnlyFans. Money's in the list.
We're gonna come back next week. Jay's profile pic's gonna be a foot.
Hand model, sir. Hand model.
Oh, it's going off the rails. Going off the rails.
Charles, what have you heard about fur leaving or being canned? Did you hear anything about that? What was the scoop on that? Fur
They
Patel
let go of all their contracts.
got the contractors.
Yeah.
What
I think
you
it's
thought?
been like a
Let go of them
month
all.
or so now that it happened.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily personal.
He's working
Yeah,
with Assistable now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trust me, he's fine.
Oh yeah, he's doing.
He's
doing
got
just
multiple
fine.
contract. He's got multiple contracts going. He's fine. One thing I will tell you, all is that does everybody in here have an iOS, an iPhone?
Nope.
Yeah.
Or have
Yes.
access to one?
I
If you have
do.
an iPhone, if you have an iPhone, well, you're really going to say thumbs down here in a minute. So they released the public beta. I've been on the developer beta for iOS 26. Essentially, it is killing SMS marketing and call marketing, period, without a doubt. Is drastically going to change the game, whether you like iOS or not, or Apple. It doesn't really matter because that's the majority of the market. It doesn't matter if you're texting green bubbles or blue bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with that. They are filtering the living crap out of everything with iOS 26. Siri built in is now going to screen calls. You have to put in the name, why you're calling. It's all live transcribed.
Sean
I
was
think
saying
a lot of
the other day
people,
that
especially
already
business
does that in
people,
Google.
I think a lot of business people will realize they need to turn that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to, but that's looking at it from B to B. But if you're doing B to C, which most of our sub accounts are,
Yeah, but I mean, like if you're a plumber and all of a sudden people are hanging up because you got to say, "Hey, my name is this. My toilet's broken. Can I please talk to your plumber?" They're going to be like, "I'm turning that off."
Yeah. Those home service guys.
They'd rather deal with the random Google call than that shit. Charles.
Well, now you made it. Now you made him. Good job, Dan.
Good.
Oh, no, wait.
no, my device kept trying to ask me if I was going to call something. No, that's not what I'm
We'd
saying.
rather talk to the cat.
Your example has nothing to do with what I'm saying. What I'm saying as marketers and salespeople, if you are marketing, if your service is database reactivation through SMS, or if it is even if it doesn't matter what your drip mode is, doesn't matter if you're A2P approved, like none of that matters. This is at the software level, and it's specifically geared to put consumers back in control of who's able to contact them. That's exactly what it is. It has nothing to do with the business owner receiving the call.
Answer me this. Are you saying that like my pottery studio sends out a text that says, "Oh, your August classes are confirmed." The people won't get the text anymore, is what you're saying?
If they are not a contact, or if they are not marked as a known sender, it will go straight to unknown and there is no notification.
Known sender. So it's like a
Unknown.
whitelist thing.
So we
But
need
yeah,
to tell all the students, like,
What is known sender?
make sure we're marked as a known sender.
So
What does known sender mean?
They need to be
Oh,
saved as a
hold on.
contact.
Think of
within
like
the
your
person's
email.
phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Think
the
of your
doctor's
email.
office sends you a text, appointment confirmation. You don't happen to save that. You're not getting that text now,
nope.
Nope.
and they can
Not
do
unless,
that. They can
not
tell the
unless that
doctor. They
doctor's
can. They,
office is saved as a contact.
so the consumer now doesn't have control of the doctor office contacting them. So if it's an older person that doesn't have all their contacts saved and they're getting like a notification from CVS, tough shit. You're out
Okay,
of luck.
so
We overfilled your prescription. Don't take all those pills
This
today.
is gonna be
Oh
great.
gosh.
Bye.
This is
Hey.
gonna be Apple's gonna
Oh,
lose their
gosh.
fucking mind over this. This is awesome.
No, they're not. This is
Oh, yeah.
right up Apple's alley, and this is
Oh.
par for the course with Apple. And as an Apple, as a consumer, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. I freaking love it.
I don't know how all of a sudden Apple gets permission to just say, I'm not going to deliver this text to you because you didn't
Okay.
save it in your contact.
Do you want to listen so you can understand better?
Sure.
Okay. So just assuming, the message still gets delivered, okay, but when it gets delivered, you see your messages here in the upper right. You'll see the little hamburger menu. Okay. If you click that hamburger menu, you'll have a notification. So if you receive two messages that are unknown, you'll have a little blue bubble on top of that little hamburger menu in the upper right that says the number 2. Keep in mind, you do not get a notification. So you have to just happen to see it as you go into your messages. You click the hamburger menu, and then you have to go to unknown senders. And then you will see, so earlier when I was doing my training call, I had 2 of the people on the Zoom call text me, and here's their text. So when it comes in, this is, hey, it's Cortez. I can either delete or mark as known. This is only the first level of filtering when it comes to SMS. Now, if your link, if you are not a contact and you are not marked as a known sender, if you send a hyperlink or a phone number in the text message with anything that Siri intelligence picks up as
Questionable.
marketing related, it will move it into spam. In spam, you'll notice at the bottom, there is no way for me to reply to this. I either have to recover the message from spam, then it'll go to my unknown where I can reply or mark it as known, or I can just choose to delete.
So
this is only
This
on the
is-
SMS.
This is so much like Messenger, is what this reminds me of.
It's just a heck of a lot more critical than Messenger even.
Right.
Yeah, because this is going to pull stuff where I've given people my phone number into spam. And that
Yep.
I don't see how Apple's saying, hey, we have the right to do that. It's my phone number.
Well, you can always turn it off in your settings.
Is it going to be on automatically?
Yes.
Probably.
So
no.
like tracking numbers won't get delivered, possibly.
probably
Correct.
not.
Doctor's appointments won't get delivered. Prescription
Correct.
information won't get delivered.
So
They're going to have so much pushback from this. This will get turned off.
they're not. People are already raving about it. Because
well,
it's not about the business. It's not about the business. It's about the consumer.
Yeah,
the
and as
consumer
a
wants to have
consumer,
control.
if I want to get like messages from my doctor's office,
Mhm.
let me get them. Let me filter them. I don't need you to do it for me.
Well, most consumers don't feel that way because that's the way that it's been and it hasn't worked. That's
But
the problem.
To Jan's point, there should be kind of like an A2P, but for specific sort of like health related, like doctors, hospitals, police, they automatically, even though that is not a contact saved, they automatically should be able to get through to a person.
Yeah. Well, whenever this rolls out,
So
this will make more people go green.
It's out in public beta now, so you don't have to be a developer or have a developer account to install the beta. I've been on the developer beta for about a month and a half now. And And this is only on the SMS side. There's a whole nother level of filtering that goes on the call side.
On the call side too.
Yes. So on the call side, if it's an unknown number, or it's a contact that isn't saved, it will go to Siri Intelligence to screen the call. It'll ask their name and the purpose that they're calling, and everything that they say is then transcribed. So you think of cold calling. Cold calling only works because it's the element of surprise. Nobody purposefully picks up a freaking sales call. It's all by accident. So the 5% that actually answer the phone, those are just because they didn't even realize what they were answering and they answered the phone. That's going away. Now you no longer have the element of surprise. Your little, hey, my name is, and you are the reason I'm calling. Well, guess what?
So you're basically
they're gonna
saying we
see that.
can't like business owners that want to send, hey, can you leave me a Google review to iPhone users or screwed?
So here's what you're going to have to do. So you're going to have to push for ideally them marking you, adding you as a contact. So taking advantage of QR codes and V cards, getting them to add you to their contacts. That's going to be number one.
And asking
other thing
them to whitelist you, right?
The
have to
well, if
ask
you're
them
a
to make you a known sender, right?
If you're a contact, you don't have to do that. That's only if you're not a contact.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So the other thing is you're going to want to take a look at your forms. If you're not doing the O2P via SMS, you may want to start doing the O2P on form submissions for lead capture, because at least then you're forcing the issue for them to go look at their messages, check their spam or unknown to see if they can see that. Hopefully they mark you as known. And remember, in forms, even on that phone number validation, you can put in additional text underneath the field that says, hey, if you're an iPhone user, be sure to check your unknown or spam and mark us as known.
There you go.
To receive your code. And so you can provide instruction right within the form right there. But it's their whole premise is value first above anything else. They're trying to get it away. They're just reinforcing what A2P was meant to do. It's just they're doing it at the device level. Another thing
I can see a lot of people having a little pushback on this, and like people could start marketing this as like, hey, Siri doesn't need to know why you're calling me. What are you doing with that information? I'm curious to see how when this actually gets deployed.
People have said that for years. People have said that for years with Apple and their privacy, because Apple's always been extreme with their privacy rules.
True, but they've never screened messages and phone calls.
Yeah, they have.
Not to this extent.
Not to this extent, but
yeah,
they've done a lot of similar things in years past, and Apple ecosystem people love it. It never gets, even the government has tried to step in and get Apple to reverse course on things, and the government hasn't even been able to make a move.
I don't know. I've been good with a lot of things Apple, but I don't need Apple screening my phone calls.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly.
The other thing is that Apple is working with A2P and the phone carriers to collect their reputation ratings. So if you are, let's say, blacklisted, or you are you're blacklisted on T-Mobile, let's say, okay, I'm on Verizon. However, if you're blacklisted on T-Mobile, even though I'm on Verizon, your number in Apple's ecosystem is still considered spam, even though Verizon hasn't marked you as spam yet. But because Apple is integrating with A2P reports and carrier reporting across the board, all that's rolling into their Siri intelligence for spam detection. So they're taking all the sources that they can and putting them into one place, regardless of what carrier you're on. So
How is that impacting like with like the new phone numbers that we end up purchasing? Because some of those may have history of having been burnt or fried out
the
from other.
big thing, I mean, the big thing you're
Do
going
they
to
get
have to do
reset?
is you have to earn that reputation back. So most of the time, if it's a bad rep number, it never went through registration. It didn't do voice and text. Like there's a lot of stuff that was never done. It was just bought as a burner number. Let's see how
Okay.
many phone calls and text messages we can get out with this, and then we'll turn it back in and get another number. That's typically how they go. So they're never registered. They don't have a business name tied to them, nothing. That's why, like Sean's been preaching, like, look, guys, after A2P, you've got to do all this other stuff. Like do the CNAM, do the voice integrity released. You need to be doing that. Everything in that, yeah, you need to be doing everything in that compliance. You cannot leave one single thing off.
No, I just did a quick
'cause you
Google
need all
search
the
and
help.
it says that you're going to have to opt into the Siri call screening. Maybe Google's wrong.
It was already turned on when
Maybe you signed up
I
for that as
installed
part
it.
of the beta.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at what it says
Since
on the
Charles-
help article. They're saying you have to turn it on. I don't
And
know
it may
that-
be based on previous settings. It may respect previous settings. If you have like silence unknown callers turned on, that may be because like I had that on before.
I would think for some older
Um,
users on iPhone that they just can't say, "Hey, we're going to auto screen your calls without you knowing." I could see that creating some confusion for some people that
they're touting
can
it
barely
as
take
that
a
being
picture.
one of the benefits for elderly people because they're the most likely to get scammed.
Mhm.
So they're touting it as a benefit. Apple is.
Well, maybe they are, but again, I just think from the legality, like, hey, like, are you going to give your cell phone maker the ability to choose what calls you receive? I would think you have to opt in to that.
I think you should have to change your messaging when you make that connection with somebody, that opt-in language. Way back, I remember when you guys remember when Gmail all of a sudden started having folders. And I remember I was working with information marketers, newsletter marketers, and when they sold an information product, the very next page was basically screenshots of what it looked like in Gmail, where the whitelist button is. Just walking them through, this is how you whitelist us. You want to whitelist us because we have important information coming in the next few days. You probably have to do that with this now. Tell them, hey, be sure to whitelist us, or what's it called, Charles? Make us a trusted sender.
Known sender. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the golden goose is getting them to add you as a contact. So, that's the ultimate. If you can get them to do that, you're golden. You can call them, you can text them, whatever. And again, even if it is an opt-in, you have to think that there's going to be a lot of people that opt in. Whether you agree with it or don't agree with it, there's going to be a lot of people that opt in, and that's going to hurt numbers in any kind of SMS or, I mean, even more so than you already have carrier filtering. You already have that. So this is just another layer of filtering. So, and we already know how bad carrier filtering can be sometimes.
I had a customer the other day banned for 24 hours because they put the word lottery ticket in their outbound text.
Nice. Yeah. Every now and again, I've seen like 4 or 5 posts throughout the Facebook group this year about landscapers complaining, or agencies with landscapers complaining about text with weed killing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, type herbicide. I know it sounds stupid, but you cannot. And they're like, but what about the word weeding? Like, I'm on my way over to weed, like, to finish the weeding. I'm like, you just can't use it.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Funny.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
So now all the dispensaries just refer to it as herbicide.
I think though, if you just make sure you have language like Charles said, if you're on iOS, make us a contact. You should be fine. Just put it everywhere. That's what my information marketers did.
Their big thing is they just want
Revisit
they want
Pat's
people to provide value.
card.
Yeah. They just
I
want
don't know.
people
This
to
is one
provide
of those
value.
things where you're going to see the people rave about the idea, and other people say, it's going to be on, it's going to be off. We won't know till it launches. When it launches, we'll all adjust. We'll figure it out.
I wonder if
better to start prepping now than
Yeah.
when it actually happens.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether it's going to be on or off doesn't matter. Some people are going to turn it on, so why not just go ahead and start prepping for that worst case scenario, and that way you're not left scrambling at the last minute.
Aren't
Yeah,
iOS?
that's a great idea to reach out though. Like use this as a marketing tool to like reach out to your existing clients or
That's
those that
right.
are on the fence, and include Pat's V card snapshot.
Yeah.
Sell
That-
the V card snapshot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, that's a great thing.
But I
one
guess
thing-
go ahead, Charles.
Well, the one thing, so there's been a lot of talk around about the whole iMessage, blue bubble versus green bubble, which haven't seen anybody yet that actually did good SMS marketing that saw dramatically better numbers on blue bubble versus green bubble. I've seen crappy marketers get better numbers on blue, but that's about it. But this is going to level the playing field. If this is turned on, it doesn't matter if it's a blue bubble or green bubble. It's going to make absolutely no difference. So if you're like me, I'm like, I don't want to sign up with some third party to offer a, iMessage through some hackaway way of offering it. Now I have a way. Look, guess what? All those blue bubble people that you want to send to, it may not matter here in a couple months. Come October, November, when this drops public and goes out on every new iPhone device, iOS 26, the playing field just got leveled again.
I wonder if iOS users are going to get a little bit of because now you're managing 3 screens just to manage your contacts. I wonder if iOS users are going to get a little fatigued with that. Okay, now I gotta go to here. I gotta tap this. I don't know. It seems like
3 screens.
3 screen. Well, you've got contact screen, you've got that other middle screen, and then you've got that other thing with that hamburger thing you showed. You're right. They can be moved from a spam to a unknown sender to a contact. That's 3 screens they got to manage the contact list, basically. I don't know. That might annoy me.
Today was the first time I ever looked. Today was the first time I looked at the spam. I mean, if it went from if it didn't make my inbox and it didn't make unknown and it hit spam, it's probably not something I need.
Until, like Dan says, it's your doctor saying, "Hey, you got to take these heart pills today, Charles."
Again, this is one of the things that people that are all, love Apple are going to love this, or other people, like, we won't know until it hits. And, everybody thought HUP was going to kill everything, and everybody adapted.
I think there's a database, guys, when it comes to healthcare. Because I know anytime I get a call from, pharmacy or even a doctor or even my insurance company, and again, I'm not on Apple, I'm on a Droid, it never comes up and says healthcare. So I think there's a database out there of any number associated with healthcare that if it comes into the phone, it marks it that way. That's at least been my experience on Droid.
And it may be something at the carrier level where they are the way that they're registered, it signifies that they're a legitimate healthcare organization or something. I have no idea.
Hey, this is Pat with HighLevel Free.
Hey,
well, hey,
what?
Pat from HighLevel Freaks.
Freaks is right.
Where'd that come from?
I
thought that guy got banned.
I was trying to find your V card.
Oh, okay.
So I just put the YouTube. So I don't know
gotcha,
if that's
gotcha.
but yeah.
Where's that name come from anyway? Why is it called a V card?
Virtual
No wrong
card?
answers. Virtual.
Virtual.
Ken, you guys should have made something up, had her believe it. That
Yeah, I would have
way
made
better.
something up, but we're a mixed company.
No, stop it.
We're a mixed company.
Nobody's quick-witted enough to do
Yeah.
it. So
I think we're.
did they,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did they just drop V cards though on the QR code builder?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
did.
Okay.
really, okay, gotta check that out.
There's a whole bunch more QR codes now. If you guys haven't been in there,
They're super
a whole bunch
nice.
more stuff.
yeah, there's like a
And it's
dozen
fun
of
to
them
show them
with
off.
different functions. Yeah.
What do you think about the business card? Not the V card, but the business card, where it's not contact specific.
And QR code?
I like it.
Does it work just like the V card? Does it pop up to save, or is it literally just like a landing page with the business
I gotta
information?
look.
It's just like
Like a
it's just like
picture.
a picture, yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
just a landing page.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like it for that reason.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like it.
When they brought it up on one of the town halls, everybody's like, "Cool, how do we save it?" And they're like, "Why would you save it?" Of
Dumb question.
course, that's what they said. I was like, "Oh my god."
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that's
it should
why
be-
that's why
well-
I send it like I've got my own like link tree, and the V card is built in where you like hit a button, and it actually will download the V card to your phone instead of having to scan a QR code and go to it and all that stuff. It'll actually
See, that's what I like about Link is that it's proactive. And so like if you scan the QR code, it will ask you for your information right then. You can skip that and download the card, or even skip that. But then like a day later, if you still haven't entered your contact info or you haven't saved the contact to your card or to your phone, it will do another pop-up on your device reminding you to do it again. It'll do it up to 3 times total, which I think is
So are you allowing a
awesome.
push notification, or is it doing some kind of a wallet thing, or like what's it doing?
I think it's doing a wallet thing.
Because
I'm not
you
sure
have
because
to be able to approve that.
there
before
is
it starts doing
no
things.
yeah, there's no approval process.
Mm,
I'm telling
Do
you,
you-
I
do
did
you-
it at
do you-
Level Up
do
all
you-
last year.
Do you have that somewhere?
Yeah.
That we'll drop it somewhere so we can see it, whether it's QR code or whatever, so we can. I want to see.
Yeah.
I get the
I guarantee it's
notification.
not gonna pop up and ask me 3 times on my Android.
Well, if it does and it's more than 3 times, I'm telling Apple not to release iOS 26 so they fix this shit.
Let's see here.
Gosh, we've actually gotten Charles where he can't find a link. This is a
I
first.
know he hasn't dropped a link all night.
I know. Sure.
Yeah, he did. He dropped the iOS 26 link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All this makes me really glad I'm just on an Android.
Same.
Amen.
There you go.
Sean mentioned on the AMA the other day that Google has been screening his calls and transcribing them for a long time now.
Yeah, Android's been doing it.
Yeah.
They haven't been as aggressive about it as what iOS 26 is, but
Now I gotta
the
scan
tech's
it.
been there.
Let's see. I gotta go get
All right, so it's telling me I got to hit the open button to add you to my contact. If I don't continue, this will pop up again tomorrow.
It should, yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Let me scan this thing. Oh, that's a big QR code. Site can't be reached. No, wait, now it can be.
What if I hit cancel on it? Does it still pop up?
It could be part of. I'm assuming this is a PW, right? Progressive Web App. Charles,
I have no idea. It's
when it's loading, it
not my
has to be.
tech.
Yeah. For something to, it's going to be using browser technology to do notification, since there's no quote app installed for this.
Yeah. And you got to approve, you have to approve push notifications. So you can't just automatically do it.
No, now we're gonna get spammed from Charles.
Yeah, Charles is going to be sending all kinds of
Flag that number.
Why is your OnlyFans link in your V card, Charles?
Well, I mean,
What's this picture of
gotta
your
get
feet?
some.
All his other affiliate stuff started drying up, man. Nobody's buying the other links.
Well, since he can't text everybody on iOS now.
Oh gosh, Charles Dadbod Higgins.
Right. So I had
Y'all are a mess.
I went to Walmart the other day and I got a box of honey buns, and my 14-year-old son, he's like, Dad, why did you buy so many honey buns? I'm like, look, it is not easy maintaining this dad bod. I'm like, I got to maintain this. I got to have at least a honey bun a day, you know.
He's gonna remember that conversation when he's 50. Like, Dad was so smart. These honey buns are really good.
Yeah, no, that's a nice okay, yeah. So it automatically tries to download the file. So that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Link is the leader when it comes to these digital business cards.
Now, see,
And
on
they just
on an iOS though, on an iOS, will that actually work on an iOS where it automatically downloads the file?
well, you'll have to ask Dan because he's
Yeah.
the one that
Did it
Yeah.
automatically download the V card?
Well, yeah. I mean, it says ask. It says hit this button to add to your contact. And
No,
then
I didn't touch anything though, and it automatically downloaded the file, which is really weird because usually on a mobile browser, you can't trigger a link click until or a redirect. So that's very strange.
And Link just released, so now they have it to where you can scan, like if you're at a conference or an event, you can scan their badge, and typically you have their name and their company that's on the badge of whoever you're talking to. They have integrated with, I guess, a bunch of different databases that they are enriching. They are attempting to enrich the data just by scanning the front side of any event's badge.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of cool. If you're, if they don't have a digital business card, or you're just trying to keep track of everybody that you talk to that day, they have a HighLevel integration as well. So you can automatically sync your contacts and add tags and do whatever.
Yeah, Pat, I had to approve it. I had to hit the button.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out like how this works. I'll debug it and I'll figure out and I'll put it in my QR code.
Okay, I think the coolest part of this is the exchange contact info button.
And Charles, when they do that on your link, do you pull it into the CRM?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yep. Automatically adds them into the CRM, and then it sends a text message and an email. Hey, thanks. Blah, blah, blah.
Mark me not as spam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think yeah, I had my the page that I built, like it said, like I've got a button that's like connect, and it pops up. You can either pop up a form or a calendar right off the thing. Like you could do 99% of this with a HighLevel funnel. Just say it.
Exchange contact info.
It's a form. It's just a form.
But can you get me an Apple Watch band with my QR code and NFC chip?
Yes.
I can order one from Alibaba, sure.
Oh, fuck that shit. Alibaba. I'll get it in like 8 months.
Nah, you'll have it.
No.
Don't worry. HighLevel's bringing NFC cards to.
And it'll be painted with lead paint. I'm out.
Interesting. Yeah, not too bad. All right. Well, we got
Well,
anything else?
Jenna, in regards to that NFC card, I hopped on a call with Reshma.
Did you?
To figure out, figure out what you guys are gonna do.
Did you say you already did? Oh.
Yesterday, I hopped on a call with her. I was like, tell me what are you gonna do with NFC? She's like, well, many agencies are talking about it, so we just thought of doing some research on how to do that. I was like, yeah, how are you gonna do that? If I order an NFC card, you're gonna ship a card for me. How are you gonna manage all that? It's like, she's like, I think we're gonna go through a third-party vendor route. So good luck. That's gonna be an expensive card.
Yep.
And third-party vendor, that means less customization and less power than what we do. So yeah, I'm not worried.
Well, I mean, to an end business owner though, if you think about if the card's $30,
yeah,
I mean, those other companies that are selling them, they're what, 30 bucks
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah. 25, 30 bucks. Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
they look at that and if it's easier for them to get, I mean, I don't see why a lot of these end business owners wouldn't say yes to it.
do they still have
Oh,
like
yeah. I mean,
a
it's,
full integration? Like, wouldn't they do it through somebody like that?
Through where? Sorry.
Don't they have like a printful like integration for
yeah.
PO?
I mean, they'll go through some vendor. She
Something like
didn't,
that.
she's not even sure who yet. Like, she
Yeah.
don't have any idea yet. She's like, yeah, this is just something in our minds. So we're going to explore
Oh,
that.
so it's way off the
So
pipeline.
it's way off, way off. I'm not even worried. Like,
I think it's great that they're exploring it. I can't wait till they release it.
I mean, yeah, of course.
I wouldn't be surprised if they found one of the Zappy or whatever the other big card people
I
are.
have a feeling.
Try to,
I
like,
have a feeling
white label,
that's
something like that.
yeah. I have a feeling that that would be the best route for them.
Yeah.
Because she said like, yeah, we're not going to manage all that. It's just yeah, we'll partner with some vendor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I told her like, yeah, I'm getting those cards made in bulk for 30 cents. Hopefully you beat that price for me. Otherwise, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there will be agencies or direct
If I don't
businesses
have
who
to,
would get it.
yeah. I mean, from a SaaS play, hell,
Yeah.
if I ain't got to deal with it, program it, whatever, and the customer can just go in and build their
I mean,
card
there's a
and
need for
deliver
it.
their
There's
cards.
obviously a market and need for it. It's just
I don't give a
I'm
crap
talking
what it
my
costs.
point of view. Yeah, I'm giving my point of view. Like what with the
Yeah.
system that we have, I don't think so. I'm worried about it because our system is obviously going to be more powerful. And again, this is in regards to talking about our review genius system. Having said that, if there was no review genius system, is that feature going to be good in high level? Of course, it's going to be good. Like it's just adding more value, So I told her like, hey, anything I can do to help you out, let me know. I mean, I obviously help her in any ways I can to launch that, but they're thinking very differently than what I was thinking. So
What do you mean?
It's
as
interesting.
in, like, I wanted to figure out like what is it high level going to do all that? She's like, nah, it's going to be a vendor. So it
Well, see, and this
changes the whole
keeps
game.
coming up. This keeps
Yeah.
coming up. It came up with hardware for credit cards, came up
Exactly.
with phones. I mean, there's some which, good Lord, I mean, I would not want to get into that physical NFC cards is one thing. Physical hardware that can easily break, warranty claims like like, oh my God, I don't know why high level would ever touch that with a 10-foot pole. Because I mean, even at the agency level, let's say you're signing up one business a week, they need anywhere from 5 to 10 phones. You have to order those phones into your business, program them, and then ship them back out to the end customer and hope to God that they know what an Ethernet cord is.
Then you got to
Or
support them
or
out
a
of
PoE. They have
Yeah.
to know what a PoE is, or supply them with a power supply. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, but then you're their hardware support too.
Exactly.
And you have to walk them through how to set up
Yeah.
extensions and all that kind
You
of
have to
shit.
do
Like, screw
warranty
that.
claim. Like, who are they going to call for warranty? They're going to call for you.
Count me out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
out.
come up a lot with the mobile payment and trying to integrate Square, which I like the idea of trying to integrate Square, but I was hoping it would just piggyback off of like their hardware and it would just be more of an integration and not a takeover. I don't want to support Square's POS. They have a nice POS.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't know, like, that's one side of the coin, but I wouldn't be surprised if Square said, look, if you're doing a software flash, if you're flashing your software onto our hardware to integrate, we're no longer supporting the hardware. They could very easily say that and it be totally justified because it's not their software anymore. It's just, okay, the screen broke. Okay, that's covered under warranty. It's physical damage, but we're going to replace it with the same unit, which is not going to work the way that yours currently is because you flashed it over to work with another provider. I mean, why would Square ever support that unit anymore if you're not using them for processing?
Just imagine your end
software.
users POS goes down on like a Friday night because of something you did.
Oh yeah, in a restaurant, busy as hell. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Let Square handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there with you on that.
Hmm. I
Who's
mean,
bought a
what are you
phone?
going to make off of it?
Nothing.
Yeah.
They give those freaking units away for damn near cost because that's not where they're making their money. They're making their money on the transactional fees and the subscription of the software.
Yeah.
That's where they're making their money. They're not making off. Same reason why all your VoIP providers are like, hey, here's some phones. We'll give you new ones every year. You break them, you might have to pay to replace the phone, but we'll give you new based on your contract. We'll give you so many phones per year because it's not the hardware that they're making money off of. It's the service that you're paying for, the management of the VoIP, the actual VoIP service itself, and everything like all that customer support. Oh, we just moved all the offices around. We need to reroute, change all these extensions on all these phones so they make sense now, and we need to set up new forwarding numbers. Yeah.
Hey, on another high level question, and Pat, this would be for you with the high level's native MCP server.
Mhm.
Like if we're staying within whatever their endpoints are, like the 20 endpoints or whatever,
Yeah.
high level's hosting, right?
HighLevel's hosting the server. So you can, I'll show you. Actually, I was kind of messing with that a little bit today.
Yeah.
So,
They're releasing
Because
20
of
more
the N8N
very soon.
update.
yep, with the N8N thing, so on the GHL MCP, like this is the most basic that you could do, right? So like I was like, how little can I do to get this to work? So this is the AI agent, and so I just basically put in my location because what was stopping it from working with N8N before is they were requiring like the header had to include all your location stuff and your PIT, and it was like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, they fixed it. So now you could literally have one N8N workflow take workflow take basically webhooks from any location, and as long like anytime you webhook anything at a HighLevel, it's passing the location ID, so you can pull that from the webhook and send it to the MCP. And if you pass in like the token as part of the authentication, you could absolutely handle it, right? So yeah, you basically connect in here, and then if I've got my credentials there, and then I could say like, I could pick which one I want to use, but here are all the endpoints. So it is connected, and then I'm just using 4.0 mini, so I can just say I can pop open chat and just say find. And I tried my name like Pat Friedel, and I'm in HighLevel as Patrick Friedel, and it couldn't find me as Pat, so I had to just like find contact named Friedel, and it'll go through and you can see it, you know, sit there and churn, and it's going, it's hitting the MCP. And let's see, where is it? There it is. There's all my information. So
Can you guys do me a favor?
yeah.
Talk to me like in 5. I have not even researched the MCP. What is it? What does it do? Why is it beneficial?
So basically it's like you know how like in Make or Pabbly or HighLevel, like if you want to do something, you have to do like, I need to go add a contact. So I have to webhook out and add a contact. And if I want to add a tag, I got to webhook out and add a tag, stuff like that. With this, I can say, find Pat Friedel, send Pat a text message saying thanks, and add an appointment for tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And so the AI pulls all that stuff up, and then it has basically like a catalog of what is available that can be done, and with the MCP service. An MCP server is like a directory, like you can do all of these things, and it has a description of each function and like what's required. So the AI agent hits the MCP server and says, "Hey, I need to find Pat Friedel." It's like, "Oh, you want this search contacts," and it will search it. Basically, the MCP server handles that call and dishes up the data it gets back, and then the AI agent looks at it and goes, "Okay, cool, I got Pat. So now send this contact ID a text message that does this," and then it goes back to the MCP, and the MCP goes, "Oh, okay, contact ID at this phone number needs to get this message," and it sends it out, and then it will respond back and go, "All good," that sort of thing. And then last thing it does is calls back and says, "Set an appointment for tomorrow at 4 o'clock on this calendar," and then the MCP server will go back and like here's this calendar, bang, 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 and it will send all the data back, and then the AI agent can spit out the results just like this.
So
So
where
that could be
So
like
let me
if
let me
if a
let me try and
customer is
rephrase
calling
that.
in.
Let me try and rephrase that,
Yeah.
Jenna. So basically, the way it would work is think there's APIs, right? High levels APIs, which has
Yeah.
all the different actions you can take. Then there is another software, which is an automation platform where you're pushing, like, you're trying to automate something for the API to do something. So MCP sits in between. Okay.
Okay.
If you had to do something through the APIs, you would have to know exactly which API action you need to do, right? So in
Right.
this regards, one is search the contact. Then second would be send a message. So send message. Third would be create a calendar appointment. Like all the things you want to do, you would
Yeah.
have to create a separate workflows for each action. So if you want to do
Right.
three things, you have three workflows or three different branches in one workflow. So basically,
Right.
it's three different actions.
Okay.
Whereas what MCP does, it sits in between here. It takes all the command and MCP server decides, okay, which actions I need to pick out of this 200 and what needs to be done. So it just simplifies the whole process, and it's like a brain in between, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah, I see
simple,
what you're saying.
5-year-old
Yeah, you're kind
So
of
version.
the
so
AI.
like an end user for like a home service company could call in
Mhm.
Yeah.
and basically ask these questions, and then it could text them back like where they are in their job. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, you could say, you could call in the voice AI agent, and it could say like, "Are you an existing customer?" And you go, "Yes," and then go, "Great, what can I help you with?" Like, I want to find the status of my job, and you go, "Okay, what is your name?" You go, Jenna Leadingham, and you go, "Okay, great," and it looks up your name, and then it would pull up all those contact fields, and if they had custom fields for like the status of your job, like you're currently in this stage of the pipeline,
Right.
and the permits had been pulled or whatever, it could pull back those notes and go from our notes. Okay, it's like found it, Jenna. And like, so from our notes, it looks like the permits have been pulled and we're just waiting on it right now. Is there anything else I can help you with? And go, yeah, update this, or I want,
Or
Bluefield.
have Joe call me or
Yeah,
whatever.
have them call me, and then it goes, okay, great, and they could basically like add a task or a note or something like that to your record, so that
Or
in the morning
schedule an
somebody comes
appointment or
in,
something.
yeah, and they've
Yeah.
got a task. They've got a task set up, like, oh, I got to call Jenna back with a note. So
Would
And
that
then
also
it'll say, "Have you seen our OnlyFans site?"
yeah,
uh,
yeah. And
but
if you
but
if
the
you could
other
send a foot pic, then that would be great. Thank you.
the
Yeah.
other part of what they just said, where it says like create the task to call Jenna back or get back to Jenna, the business owner should be able to say, hey, send an email to Jenna, letting her know the permit will be out on Friday. We'll be there Monday morning, bright and early. Done. So imagine the business owner, if you build the right system to allow them to do all this with the agents and the endpoints, and now they have a to-do list. I mean, theoretically, if you can talk to it and tell it what to do, you should be able to rip through your to-do list in 5 minutes. If it's like a
Right.
bunch of menial tasks. I'm just curious, like, are you always going to have to dial in to talk to this?
Well,
that was my next
So,
question. What's the UI
yeah.
for these guys?
so the UI, like here, I can do, like, I can chat directly from inside N8N, right? This is just a chat box like this.
Yeah, but everybody
Ain't-
wants to talk to it. So how's that
Ain't
gonna
no
work?
ain't no plumber gonna do that.
Yeah.
Well,
No one's gonna go in a
So,
NAN.
so you could have a webhook, like, so they were talking about, like, okay, having it be inside Ask AI.
Chat.
So
Okay.
it's
Well,
inside Ask
here's what
AI.
is coming. So they're going to have this MCP in Chat GPT and all that. Like there's huge use case there as well. Like there's millions of people using it. So they're gonna work on having the MCP servers in Chat GPT and Ask AI itself. So here in Ask AI currently there is like, hey, create a contact, send a message, blah blah blah. It's already there.
Oh,
That is
that's where
live.
it is.
So I can
Ask
say,
AI.
So everything in Ask AI, plus you will have in future, you will be able to create your own agents in high level where you would be able to deploy those agents wherever you want. And like there are so many more functionalities which are opening up because of
let's see
this.
if it'll actually find my info with, because I think
So
it should
is
spit something out, but it didn't.
Okay, while you're doing
but is
that,
Ask AI going to the mobile app then? Because this
Yes.
isn't.
It will.
It is.
Ask AI will be on the mobile app at some point.
It will
Very
be
The
there.
whole
cool.
idea is you're going to be able to talk to your app and have it do things.
Now is that, yeah, I wonder if that's got to be, because it was it in beta, and we got to set it up in labs.
Oh,
So-
has anybody heard about the Jobber beta? Like I filled it out, but I haven't heard.
Ideally this week.
Coming
Ideally
soon,
this week
yeah.
is what we heard.
They said it's
Yeah.
I'll
coming
bet
soon.
you, I will bet you, they're going to say it's not, but I will bet you that thing's peppered with voice AI.
What do you mean?
I'm
Pepper?
just meaning as you go over to give it to your people, here's Jobber, here's how you connect. Oh, by the way, do you want a voice AI agent? Even if you don't offer it, I guarantee you that shit's going to be in there. I guarantee you.
Okay, I was asking this. Do you, like, could I say to this N8N, what are my open tasks this Friday, the August
Yeah.
1st?
So one like
Yeah.
there's all kinds of ways to send data to the, like you could either have the voice agent send in a webhook, you could have the chat bot send in a webhook, you could have if you have Telegram, you can do like a little like a Telegram like that
Telegram,
like
WhatsApp, whatever.
Telegram, WhatsApp, like any way to get data in, this thing can do it. So it should be able to take data and then spit it right back out.
And I assume it would work with like Zapier, Pabbly, etc. Not just
Yeah.
NNN.
Yeah,
Yeah.
N8N is probably going to be more robust.
Right.
Although, yeah, Pabbly's got an MCP and all that stuff too.
Yeah,
but
Pabbly also works. Zapier
yeah,
also
and-
works,
and
whichever
Makes,
platform.
yeah, Makes got one. Yeah, Active Pieces has one. So
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I'll just be glad
you
when they
can't-
set it up to work with Claude.
yeah, but yeah, your
I don't know about you
your
guys,
clients
but-
aren't going to be using Claude either. So
No.
I don't know about you guys, but if you're looking at this again, if you look at building like a kind of like a snapshot that you can copy and paste from account to account, and based on what HighLevel is going to give us endpoint wise, that shouldn't have to customize this too much for most people.
no, you shouldn't have to. No.
Yeah, and if you lead with voice AI as the foot in the door, like, hey, here's your whatever, your $97 voicemail, and then get them into the system. This is an actual employee.
Oh yeah.
Their version of the AI employee is like, I just think it's stupid. Like
He's like an AI voicemail.
Yeah, I mean, this thing, like, you should be able to talk to it and, hey,
Yeah, that's
where
why
are
I'm
my tasks? Go
interested.
complete them for me. If it's simple, like sending a text message, follow up
But I
with
mean,
this guy.
it should be like social media, and maybe can I tell it to create videos from
No,
different? No,
that
we're not
that
there
that
yet.
you'd have to go
No.
out to. This is going to be restricted to what's in the CRM.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So the high level MCP is just like right now. I don't know how many endpoints the API has, and they're always adding more and more and more. It's like something like 200 some odd endpoints right now for just basically everything. The majority of it you don't even know that you need it, or you don't even like you would never use anyway. But you can, in something like N8N and Pabbly, you can create your own MCP that has more functionality to it. And there's a lot of stuff where you could say, hit this Google sheet and go look at all these YouTube channels that are in the sheet, pull down the best videos, and the ones that are getting the most views, and then create video shorts with AI that do this, and it could send it off to like Kling AI or some other platform, Google VO or whatever, and generate those videos and upload them to your YouTube channel. But you can do all of that with MCP servers, but the high level MCP is going to do just high level stuff.
Wow, I think I'm going to do a social media one. That would be
There are a
a
ton
game
of
changer.
Yeah,
Oh, there's
your friend
already-
is
there's a-
YouTube, and
there's a-
just
yeah.
search for something on YouTube. There's like 1,000 plus videos on just exactly what you want with MCP and social media.
Yep.
All right, and when are y'all releasing y'all's course or your thingy, or what? Is that like a next
Well, we've
month or
had
after?
this the
'Cause
last we were gonna have something this week, like or like setting up
I
your
know.
own server. Well, okay, so Mike Reimer's wife got in a car accident. Then my brother lost his job last
Oh
week, and
my
we've been
God.
scrambling and like trying to get him set
I've
up
been
on this
down for
high-level
3
stuff,
days,
and
so
Alok's been just screwing off. So like everybody's been crazy
Hey,
busy.
this
We have not
brother-in-law
had-
needs to go to networking events. You've got cards for him, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah. So
guess what?
we're doing
He's
all
Poor
going.
kinds of stuff.
thing. Poor thing.
Yep. So it's
Okay,
so we're gonna
so
probably put it off to
maybe-
like maybe like a week.
Well, I was thinking maybe like August 15th-ish or something. Like,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
you
ideally,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure y'all are gonna work great, but I'm gonna go follow the videos, and I'm gonna do the N8N just for social media. So I still need what y'all are gonna do, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
just so I can learn.
This is coming out for after Easy Wins. Okay, it's 2026 Q5.
Correct.
What?
Steve's better.
It's
What
an
is he
inside
saying?
joke, girl.
Oh, Q5. Okay. You broke up a little. I didn't
2026.
get it.
Steve, Easy Wins has been out. They
Yeah.
just didn't give it to you.
Yeah, Dan's been crushing it with Easy Wins.
So easy.
Hey Dan, I actually have admin access to the build, so I know it hasn't been out.
Oh,
So
well,
easy.
on that note, I think we're gonna just go ahead
You
and
just threw him under the bus. Oh my
I
goodness.
know. Ah,
Anyway, great meeting. This was such good information, and thank you, Stacy, for your total deep dive on insurance-ness. I appreciate it.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, Stacy, we're gonna
need
cut that
help.
part and sell it as a $97 course on insurance. So,
Oh, I could share a quick one with you guys.
Yeah?
So I created a custom GPT for a specific industry this last week. Well, last week. And then I posted it live Sunday night really late. And within 24 hours I got over 50 comments on it that everybody wanted it. So I had it on a funnel. So I sent it off and I've already had like three meetings like off of
Oh
that.
my goodness.
So it was
So
cool.
what was
And
the
I haven't
GP
even
what was-
like responded to all of them yet.
so you just
So
Wow.
total now I've got like 70 comments plus lots of DMs. So that was super cool. Like I've done a lot of like lead magnets like that before, but I've never had response like I had on this. So that was really pretty cool.
Now, do you have the Facebook comment automation tool on?
No, because it was from my personal profile in a group that was you know, I'm a
You can't
like,
do
person.
that. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So unless your business is on in somebody's group, it doesn't really work.
Gotcha.
So you posted a free giveaway ChatGPT and you posted in a group?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
so
But I didn't put the link
what was
in
your
the
post
group.
about? Let's just break that down. Like your post was, hey, I just created a cool little chat GPT to do this thing in your
Yeah,
business.
it's a custom
Want it for
GPT
free?
is what I yes,
Like-
exactly.
Okay, cool.
And
So what
Who
did
created
it
the
do? I'm
GPT?
excited.
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Way
I
to go.
followed
Look at
Matt's
you.
tutorial.
Look at you.
Oh,
Matt just like
awesome.
posted a YouTube video on it, like how to create one. And so I literally just followed his video like verbatim. And I was like, oh, that was the easiest thing I ever like. I didn't think it'd be that simple.
What's the
it was-
video?
GPT is the easiest thing. Like it's nothing technical there.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, yeah,
was
you can
super
make it
easy.
crazy technical if you want, but yeah, you can keep it basic and still launch.
Yes. So that was super cool. And I had awesome response from it too. So I had like lots of people reaching out for it via DM. And then I sent the funnel to them and I had lots of people respond back immediately like, what? Whoa, this is so cool. And like I literally had one person respond, how can I buy your services? Literally is what he said.
Wow.
I was like,
Nice.
wow, so that was really cool.
Yeah. What kind of group was it that what kind of
did
Facebook
your,
group did you
like,
post
what
it
did
in?
your GPT do?
I basically positioned it for sales and marketing coach for a specific industry. Oh, you want his video, Anna?
Yeah.
Okay, let me find it real quick.
And what industry? Was it insurance?
I can't tell.
All right. How about you
It was
share the
not.
group as well?
I'm sure I wouldn't do it anyway.
Let me find it.
Hey, why don't you rewrite it for sales and marketing for a bunch of people that want to sit around and talk about high level?
It's literally gonna do it.
Right?
No, actually,
For 90.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I remember when I messed with Frank Kearns, he gave his away as a bonus for going to
You're
his
like
thingy.
all about the 90s today. You were talking about the 90s and the iframe from Canva. The Canva.
Dude, okay,
animation.
now Pat,
you
Pat
can't
was pretty
use
funny.
that
Will
comment
agree-
twice
listen.
in the
From the
same
90s.
day.
Everybody's
I will-
from the
It's
90s.
not going to get the same sort of response. You already burned
Pat
through that
will
one at
agree
11
with me.
o'clock this morning. Yes, I agree.
Pat will agree with me that the web widget integration in high level is absolute garbage.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
it
which web
does it
widget?
not look like a 90s iframe sitting on top of the freaking web builder?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
there's
Honestly,
no
it
other
looks
way to
worse.
describe it. It's horrible.
It looks 1991.
No, I just yeah, Q1 of 91. No,
Exactly.
I think it's funny. Like, we sit here and talk about all this other stuff, like MCPs and doing stuff in N8N and Zapier and like all this stuff, and like we don't really even think about custom GPTs anymore because that's kind of where we started. But then, like, here's Jenna, just, hey, here's a free GPT, and it just so it's
There we go.
interesting.
People still
Well, you have to
using
think
our-
about who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
never
I
going to go to a contractor and be like, you want me to set up an MCP for you? Like, they don't like at this point, no, like contractors haven't caught up to the speed on
If
like
you're-
what that
yeah, if
is and
you're-
the use
if you're
case for it.
giving-
Oh, I know.
Yeah, if you're giving somebody like, hey, I've got a GPT that's gonna write an email for you, or do XYZ, or do some basic research, or write a description, or some kind of create a task list or something like that for you, and they go like, and then they go and they use it, and it produces some results. They're like, you're amazing, and you're just over here like, do. I mean, it's just, yeah.
That didn't
That's
sound
the
great.
funny part about. I mean, that's the funny part about it. I mean, it's funny to sit here where we're like, oh, we wanted to do more. We need to do this. We wanted to scratch our back while it's adding a contact and adding a tag and sending an email all at the same
It's
time.
literally, yeah, it's
And
like
they're over here like, just show me how to write an email, please. I'd appreciate it.
Well,
You know.
with these local businesses, it's like you're just like you discovered this lost tribe and you brought them fire, and they're just like, whoa, they can't, they don't know what to do with it. So
You just
crazy.
become a
Praise.
custom GBT and a honey bun.
yeah,
There you go.
Aw.
Yeah, if you
And
do
a
it
black
right,
pepper
it'll
coffee.
auto post your
Full
feet pics
circle.
for you.
That's
yeah,
right.
I think we're done here. We're going to end on that.
So I'll probably report next week about how many people I closed.
Awesome. Sounds
Oh,
great.
I will love to hear about that. I appreciate that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I linked that video for you,
And I
it
just
was really
clicked
easy
it.
to follow.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thanks,
You're
Jenna.
welcome. Yeah.
Cool.
You're so sweet.
All right, team.
Jenna.
With that, we'll see you next time.
Adios, everybody.
2 weeks.
Pat, stay
Glad
on
you
for
guys
me.
got to see me.